Hey guys, so I'm not going to make this a long video here. I just wanted to give a quick update on actually something I think will be pretty impactful for this game moving forward, because this seems like it's going to be a new thing that they're going to be doing here. So we'll just read the tweet that the official account, I guess, posted here, and then I'll give my thoughts on this. So, new unique equipment coming for non-Legends limited sparking characters. Post a comment with your predictions for who will get new equipment next. And then it says check out our social media account on 418 to find out. So tomorrow we should be getting the actual details on who will be getting the unique equipment. And then the actual picture here says new unique equipment coming soon for certain sparking characters. Now it's a bit misleading. The wording doesn't really hold up well. I think they just did a bad job translating the Japanese post over here. So I actually did pull up the Japanese post just so that I can confirm what they mean by this. And from the Japanese post, it is heavily implied that this is going to be a unique equipment for one sparking character. Even though it says new unique equipment for non-Legends limited sparking characters is coming, what I think this means is that this is going to be something they do moving forward for non-Legends limited sparking characters. That's why they're wording it like this with characters plural, because they have plans to continue doing this in the future for other non-Legends limited sparking characters. So up until this point for unique equipment, we really have only seen, let me pull up the items here. We really have only seen unique equipment for Legends limited characters, right? So for example, I don't know, we pull up the this equipment right here, this one. Right, this equipment right here is specific to not only Majin Vegeta, but for the character ID DBL2606S, which is the LF transforming Majin Vegeta character. So this equipment can only be applied and equipped to this character right here. So what this post is telling us is that they are going to start doing this for regular sparking characters that are not Legends Limited, for non-Legends Limited sparking characters. So that's actually really interesting, because these equipment, I mean, you guys know how impactful some of these are. I mean, there's hit and miss ones, right? We had, of course, some unique equipment such as this one, the Merge Zamasu unique equipment, and then the other infamous one I'm trying to find, this one, the Broly, the blue Broly equipment. Like, I would actually argue that these probably did almost nothing. You never ever see Broly ever. So, I mean, this is kind of worthless. You see Zamasu every here and there, but this isn't really helping him out a ton, which kind of sucks, because I feel like he actually really would have benefited from a good offensive-based unique equipment. So, I mean, there are a few instances where these didn't actually help as much as we would have hoped that they would have, but for the most part, these equipment, you know, unique equipment for characters that are specifically for them, like Future Gohan's unique equipment, for example. Jiren's actually really good. Kid Buu, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this was the original, you know, specific unique equipment for LF characters. After the 3rd anniversary, they, I guess, figured that Gogeta wasn't good enough, so they just gave him this, like, ridiculously overpowered unique equipment. All of a sudden, he was a crazy character. He was like a top 3 character in the game or something. Another example is the Cell unique equipment. I can't find it because there's so many now. Right here, this perfect Cell unique equipment. This just transforms Cell into a monster, right? So we have a lot of examples of specific unique equipments for certain characters that have really helped them become monstrous forces in the meta from their unique equipment being really good. So of course, with this being the Majin Buu Saga campaign, it's pretty obvious that this will be a Majin Buu Saga character. They mentioned it's going to be a non-Legends limited sparking. I've already seen some people ask for unique equipment for Ultra Super Vegito. Guess what Ultra Super Vegito is? An Ultra. Guess what he's not? A sparking. Sparking. So guess who's not getting an equipment from this? Vegito. That's correct. So, we can take a look at this list here, and I will preface this by saying that when it comes to unique equipments like this, I don't really expect these, like a specific unique equipment like this, while they are powerful, it's not really on the same level as a character just getting a straight up Zenkai awakening. So I think in order for unique equipment like this to be really impactful, they have to be for characters that actually are still okay, at least, right? Like they can't release a unique equipment for like yellow Super Saiyan Kid Trunks, and then all of a sudden he's like a god, right? He's just, his kid is too bad, he's too old, he needs way like this character needs a complete overhaul, which is what a Zenkai is, right? A unique equipment is not going to fix this. So in order for them to actually make a somewhat, impactful change with this unique equipment release, they have to be targeting a character that actually is still somewhat good and usable in the current meta of the game. So there's really aren't that many options here. I mean, the two characters that come to mind right away are these two. These guys both released on a Legends All-Star banner. I think it was the end of July, because it directly came after the Ultra Super Vegito banner. I think both of these characters are definitely good enough to where if they made a pretty damn good unique equipment for either one of these characters, they could actually be a force to be reckoned with on the Majin Buu Saga team. And I think I would probably lean more towards Buuhan getting it, because Buuhan, I mean, he actually has a really solid kit here. He has the Vegito Blue mechanic for blast cards. He has the Obscure with his green card, which is very annoying, but it is very strong. He has the Faint with his blue card, which is, again, annoying, but very strong. He draws it with his main ability. He has a lot of damage. By the way, this Buuhan is actually currently in S tier in the PvP featured boost. Well, not featured. He's in the PvP boost tier, but he's in S tier of that. So he actually is you could use him right now on a full Majin Buu Saga team, and he actually could do some pretty damn good damage still. So if he ends up getting a unique equipment, he could actually be a legitimate real option for a Majin Buu Saga team. So those are two options here. I've seen some people throw out yellow Vegito. I am telling you right now, this guy is not good enough to where I think even a unique equipment would be able to save this character. This character is like probably just too old. Like, this character came out next to Blue Broly, who already has had his Zenkai for quite a while. So I think this character is in the territory of probably just needing a Zenkai to be at that level where he would be competitive in any way at all. What other characters we have here? We have this LF Kid Buu is an LF, so he's not going to get one. Buu Tanks, don't even try it. No. Red Go Tanks, probably no. This is the only other really interesting character I see on Majin Buu Saga that's not an LF character. I mean, technically, I guess we can pull up Red Majin Vegeta here, but they literally just Zenkai'd this character like 2 weeks ago. So I would really be confused if they went ahead and then gave him an additional unique equipment. Although if they did, this guy would be crazy. Like really crazy. So if they really wanted to juice up the Majin Buu Saga team, then I guess they could give this guy the unique equipment, but I really don't think so, because he just got a Zenkai. So this is my other pick here, is the Yellow Angel Vegeta. This is actually my pick for who I would have wanted to get the Zenkai Awakening, even though we know it's going to be the Yellow Super Saiyan 2 Goku. This guy would have made just a much better option for bench for his team, right? Take a look at this guy's Z ability. This guy's buffing Saiyan or Vegeta Clan, both defenses with a Z ability. On a Majin Buu Saga team, you're obviously going to want to run Ultra Super Vegeta as one of your characters. This guy with the Zenkai Awakening could have just buffed Yellow Saiyan with his Zenkai ability, and all of a sudden Super Vegeta is getting a massive boost from this character on the bench. And then, he himself could have actually been pretty decent as well. I think there is a good chance this guy actually would get a unique equipment, although I do think it probably would have to be pretty damn good for him to be like, at least viable competitively. So we'll see if they end up making it good, if this guy is the character that's going to receive it. He does actually take reduced damage from regen or powerful opponent, which is really not an effect we see too often. Like, we oftentimes see like extra damage dealt to certain tags, but it's never really reduces damage received from certain tags. So if we do get what we expect in part 2, which is going to be an Ultra Buu, probably Ultra Kid Buu, right? Then this Vegeta gets a unique equipment to help him defensively. Then this guy could actually be a pretty decent option if that Kid Buu ends up becoming like a major force in the meta, which I definitely expect. He's healing, he's recovering ki, he's giving damage support. He's a very good partner for the tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta because of the fact that he does give the extra nullifies attribute downgrades, right? He nullifies sub count by 1 for them as well. So I mean, he's just a really strong ally for that character. And so I guess, you know, instead of giving him a direct Zenkai, they figured this might be the better way to go. So I could definitely see this guy being the one to get the unique equipment, and it would fit thematically with what we got because he is from the Kid Buu fight, of course. Other than that, I really don't see any other characters really gunning for the unique equipment. What are they going to give it to Deborah? I guess they could give it to this guy. I would really not want this. I have seen enough of this character from One Lifetime, so I would really, really not enjoy seeing this guy make a comeback. They just give him like a ridiculously busted defensive, like monstrous, immortal, unique equipment. Like things would get out of hand pretty quickly. So I definitely don't want to see this, but I guess it's on the table for sure. Red Vegito, I don't think they would because he's Zenkai'd relatively recently. Red Kid Buu is just not, he needs a Zenkai at this point. So, I mean, that's really what we're looking at here. There's not really anybody else I could really even consider. What would you do? What would you guys do if this was who they gave it to? And it was like, increases the amount of times he can paralyze the enemy team by 1. So like, instead of having 2 times, he has 3. It's something really, like, can you imagine? That's something they would do, by the way. Like, they just straight up do not care at all. I could definitely see that. But when it comes down to it, I think my 3 characters that I would put as my most likely candidates would be the blue Tien, the red Buhan, and then the yellow Angel Vegeta. I really don't see many other characters on here being in contention for the unique equipment unless they made it ridiculously busted, like literally a Zenkai and an equipment. Then sure, maybe we could end up seeing something like Red Kid Buu or something, right? Where he actually would be getting like a 100% damage or something from like slot 3 on the equipment. Like that would be the only way. And then like giving him like 150% defense or something. Like that's the only way they could really make this, like a character like this, viable again. Otherwise, yeah, it's just going to be those 3 characters I think have the most likely chance of getting the unique equipment, because otherwise it's not really going to affect anything, right? They can't just give a unique equipment to Yellow Videl and then Yellow Videl all of a sudden is like a monster, right? It's not going to happen. She's too old. She doesn't have any good teams. Like that doesn't work like that. So that's what I'm thinking for this incoming unique equipment for the Sparking character. Obviously, it's the Majin Buu Saga themed celebration, so it's going to be a Majin Buu Saga character. But I think more so than just this character, like this is actually a pretty big change that they're making here in terms of philosophy moving forward for how they're going to be buffing these teams. Like we have a lot of teams that have characters that are like just barely not good enough to cut it anymore. And so if they actually do continue doing this in the future, for tags that are maybe lacking a little bit, like regen, for example, then this could actually be a really effective way to buff teams without directly giving Zenkais or just new characters at all. So I am looking forward to seeing how they handle this as we move forward with the game. Let me know down below what you guys think of this change and what you think of this concept. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.